Hello, welcome to Artist Express. Today we'll be talking with Karina Felguerez, a visual artist who lives here in Salina. Karina, to get us started, why don't you just talk a little bit about how you came to be an artist? Did you decide to be an artist, or did you just discover that you are one?
Both. I always had a love for arts, and in school, arts was my favorite subject always. And I kind of stopped doing art when I had my family, and I didn't have time.
Right,
But my husband and my family always pushed me to do it. They're like, you're good at it, you need to keep doing it, don't let that stop you. And I'm like, no, I don't need to do that anymore. And my friends and family really helped me get back on it, and now I'm an artist and I have a family still.
That's great. Now, your children are in elementary school, is that correct?
Yeah, my 3 oldest daughters are about to go into elementary this year, all of them.
Great.
But I'm gonna have my 3-year-old son at home.
Oh, so you still have one at home. That's kind of hard to juggle the paint pots and the
Yes.
and all the things that go with children. How do you organize your day so that you definitely will have time to paint?
I usually paint at night when they're sleeping. They sleep at 9 when they go to school. And I go downstairs in the basement and paint and listen to music.
Great. What do you listen to inspire you?
I listen to all kinds of music. I listen to like Mexican, rap, techno, rock and roll,
Right.
all kinds.
Great. And what kind of paint do you use?
I use acrylic right now,
Acrylic.
but I will do anything with anything.
I see. So,
Like I use spray paint.
and you have experience with oils and watercolor and all
At
that sort
school.
of thing. Yes,
But
when you were
only
in
a
school.
tad.
Right.
I was only in high school for 1 year, and that's where they showed you the really cool stuff.
Right.
And that's the only reason I would go to school for my art class.
And when you decide about the content or subject of your paintings, where does your inspiration come from? Where do you draw your ideas?
I just let it flow. I don't sketch it out first. I just let it happen. And I keep changing it up. Like the longer I have a painting, the more change. They're like, hey, did you add some stuff to that? It didn't look like that last time. So the longer I have stuff, it's just how I feel. Unless people ask me what they want. I ask them, what colors would you prefer? And things like that. And a lot of the times they just let me do my own thing. They're just like, give me a subject, like, oh, I like these kind of things, go for it.
Right.
And I'm like, think about it, and whatever vibes they give me, then I listen to music and I think about it, and I'm like,
And it comes together. So if
On the
the
canvas.
painting is in your house or in your studio or whatever, it may never be finished, right? Because you'll keep adding.
yeah, it might, yes.
You brought a couple of paintings with you today.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about the one that was your first work that you did in abstract?
Yes, that one's the first one that I did, knowing that I wanted to paint again and go like sell it. Like I want to paint and be an artist for real. I just wanted to do some abstract work. And I wanted it to look like it was moving and flowing like on the canvas. I wanted it to have movement. That was my goal.
And did you reach the goal quickly, or did you have to go back and revisit it to get to where you envisioned it?
It took me a few sessions with paint because you have to be very patient and let it dry.
Yes.
But I think pretty quickly I did do it. I was surprised.
And then where did you show it in an exhibition or in a specific location or anything?
I put it in my closet.
Oh.
I didn't used to show my artwork. I used to put it away, and my husband's like, let's hang it up. I was like, no, we're not hanging up these things. People don't need to see that. And then little by little, now you go into my house and all my artwork is in my living room.
Oh, great. Okay,
Yeah.
so you have pretty full walls.
Yes.
Okay. Now, is that how then people began to see your work? And I know you brought another piece
Yes.
that's a commissioned piece.
Yes.
Can you
I
explain
think
how
on-
that came about?
On Instagram, that's where I put a lot of my art. That's where I put my artwork at.
So right now, if viewers wanted to see your work, they could
Go to my Instagram. It's
Okay.
Smokey785. That's it.
That's it. And so then that's how they would find
My
an
artwork.
opportunity to see your artwork. That's
Yeah.
great.
Uh-huh.
Well, want to talk a little bit about that first commission piece that you did?
Yes.
You brought that with you today, I understand.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did. That one was great for me because my friend offered me to do a painting for her job that she works at, and I thought that was awesome. So I just got the inspiration, and I love her, so I know how she is. So I got her vibes, and she always talks about her coworker Owen and how he is. So I just like felt it, and I just put it together.
And the dog in the picture?
That's their logo.
That's their logo. So you
Luke.
incorporated that.
Yeah,
into
except
the
I made him a
piece.
little bit different.
Well, of course, you're an artist.
Yeah.
That's what artists do. Well, what influence has your non-arts activity had on the way you think about your work or the way you execute it and so forth?
I think a lot of my good stuff comes from like intense moments in my life, either good or bad. So, and there's been a lot of kind of bad moments in my life
Right.
that have really inspired me to make a lot of weird pieces that are filled with emotion.
And do you feel a need to explain those when someone sees them, or do you allow them to just...
Yeah, I'd rather them just look at it and tell me what they feel.
Right. And so...
And if they don't get it, it's like, I'm sorry, you don't get it. And sometimes I try to explain it when it's my family. The other day, my aunt visited me and she said, I like some of your pieces, Karina, but some of them I just don't understand. And I smiled because I was like, I love that. That's what I want.
And it gives you a chance to share ideas then.
Because she gets it and my uncle does. Oh, she doesn't get it, my uncle does. So I'm like, that's awesome to me.
So it doesn't bother you if someone else benefits from seeing it, but may interpret it entirely differently than you intended.
Yes.
And that's not a problem for you.
Yes, no, it's not.
That's great. Well, I know there have been many challenges in your life. Do you want to talk a little bit about some of the things that happened in your life that kept you from being an artist for a while?
Yes. Well, I dropped out of high school because I got pregnant when I was 16, and my dad got deported when I was 16, so I dropped out, and then from there I had to kind of grow up and start being a mother and taking care of my daughter. I worked at Burger King for a while, and then I just got married with my husband, and we started our family, and now we're here.
And you've done child-raising duties
All by
for
myself.
other members of your family as well,
Oh,
correct?
yes. And I'm still taking care of kids as we speak.
Well, and your brothers, you raised two brothers?
Yes,
Is
my
that
two younger brothers from my mom
correct?
and dad. I raised them from, me and my husband took them in since they were like 14 and 15. They came from Mexico.
And that's challenging too.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
that was, teenage years are not the fun years.
Well, what
They're not fun.
element or principle of art kind of takes the priority for you? Is it color, shape? I mean, I know you employ all of them in your compositions.
Yes.
But is there one that has more influence on you than any others?
To me, what I want to do is crazy things, weird things, abstract. I always say abstract because I'm not properly trained, and I also do a lot of like layers.
Yes.
So you can
yes.
see, like pictures, I don't think pictures do paintings justice. You really have to see them.
So you're putting a lot of texture
Yes.
by layering.
Yes.
I see. And do you ever get stuck? You know, for a subject?
I do.
Okay. How do you? Where do you go for inspiration when you're feeling stuck? How do you get unstuck?
I go pick a fight with my husband.
And I'm sure that's very instructive.
That gives me some inspiration. He's really mellow, so he doesn't. I'm the crazy
That's
one.
fine. Okay, well, good.
I just go pick a fight, and he's just like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I'm gonna go paint now."
Now I'm mad, so I can go paint. Right.
I need some emotions flowing through me.
Right. Well, what particular creative challenges capturing your imagination right now? Are you in the middle of something, or at the beginning of a project, or what?
Right now, I just finished this piece I did on like a fabric. I went to Joann's and I bought a fabric that was used canvas. It's canvas fabric. And I love it. It's an eye. I put a picture. I brought a picture. I think I sent a picture of it. And I just like it because I put it and hanged it on top of my bed. Because I put the words of the things that I think of every day to inspire me to keep moving on. And it's, I want to be happy, healthy, wealthy, and free, my family. Like, we're always going to be happy, healthy, wealthy, free.
Good for you. Those are worthy goals. And so does the eye have a particular symbolism for you?
To me, it's your third eye.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I symbolize it as.
Have you ever seen artwork by another artist that really inspired you? Who would that? Is it someone you know, someone famous, someone
so
you've
many
studied about?
artists.
Can you think of someone locally?
Local, yes.
Okay.
I have some work that I bought from the Masonic Temple. They had from the DAV. What is it called? A fundraiser?
Yes,
Nonprofit.
For the Innovation Center and
for the DAV. So I bought 2 paintings from Greg Geis.
Greg Geis?
I don't think they're paintings. They're copies of some drawings that he did of Tank Girl and Buffy the Vampire Slayer comic book drawings. And they're framed beautifully, and they're in my living room.
I was just going to ask, where did you put those? So that
everybody mistakes them from my artwork, and I'm like, oh, no, the framed ones are not mine.
But isn't it fun to have input?
They're beautiful.
Now, have you ever had a chance to visit with Greg?
The day that I got them, he was there.
Good.
So the day I saw them, I would see them when I went to the Masonic, and I would just stare at them, and I'm like, these are beautiful. And then I was surprised that he had them up for auction. I was like, whoa. What the?
Well,
I might get one.
Yes.
And I got 2 of them because I thought I was going to have to fight people.
Right. Was it an auction?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So I went for 2, and I got both of them, and they're like,
great.
lucky you, look at you.
Good.
And I was like, and they're like, here's Greg. I was like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. He was really nice.
Well, I hope you get a chance to interact with other artists, too. Do you find that it really does help your work when you have a chance to exchange ideas?
I love it, yes. I love meeting people with a lot of crazy arts. I feel everybody has an artistic side, even if you think you don't.
Yeah, you're right.
I think everybody does.
Yeah, it's in us, I think. Yes.
That's why I like abstract, because I don't like things that are perfect.
Right.
Well, it's not that I don't like them, it's just like things don't have to be beautiful and perfect.
Well, if they generate some questions and conversation, that's what you want.
Yeah.
Remember, viewers, if you would like to see Karina's work, you can go to her Instagram site.
Yes.
I don't do Instagram, so I forget what to call it. Sorry.
It's
Say it
my
one more
Instagram
time.
is Smokey785.
Very good. See you next time.
Thank you.